All right, what is up, everybody? Uh, I've been doing these like live streams pretty much like once a week, either Thursday or Friday. I still really haven't figured it out yet, but I just put up a video about the ASVAB where a viewer, Beowulf, was asking about the ASVAB and about becoming an EO. I don't know why anybody would want to be an EO. Anybody can be an EO, but that's okay. We all love our EOs. Just put it up on my Facebook to tell people that I'm going live and stuff like that. So I got a couple of NikkyMGTV videos for you. I haven't watched them yet, so this one's probably going to be good, and hopefully, things do not go sour. So let me just organize my stuff going on. I mean, we don't have anybody watching right now anyway, so that's okay though. All right, let me. Uh, I gotta remove myself. I gotta remove this. There we go. All right, let's go.
This is Jeopardy!
Yeah, Alex, I'd like to take How to Ruin My Life and Career Before It Even Starts when I just left A school, and I somehow decided that paying women for the goods was probably a better idea for $200. Yes, that is what is happening because there are service members that have essentially guaranteed they will be kicked out of the military, as Navy Criminal Investigation Services have now arrested several of these members in a sting operation over in Great Lakes.
What did they do? 27 men arrested in Lake County Sheriff's operation meant to curb human trafficking. Don't tell me that the Navy is not. It can't be. The Navy is not doing human trafficking. It's not the Navy. It's probably like other people.
Now, first, ABC News reports this generally saying 27 men arrested in Lake County Sheriff's operation meant to curb human trafficking officials. I've never seen military be involved with human trafficking before, ever. Never. Maybe not including the border where there were Marines stationed down in San Diego, California, Pendleton area, Oceanside, that were acting like smugglers, bringing people across the border. Have never seen that kind of situation before. This is a little bit different. It's a little more selfish, but
You could tell Nikki has a iPhone because of that. He's got an iPhone. Oh well, let's look at this again. This does not look like Great Lakes to me, but oh yeah, it's actually it looks like a Marine Corps. Look at that.
Pendleton area, Oceanside, that were acting like smugglers, bringing people across the border.
Okay, yeah, he just said it. Yeah, it's Camp Pendleton.
Have never seen that kind of situation before. This is a little bit different. It's a little more selfish, but here we are. They say at Lake County, Illinois, 27 men were arrested in a Lake County Sheriff's Special Investigations Group operation meant to curb human trafficking, officials said. It says the Lake County Sheriff's Office said the SIG group conducted a 2-day human trafficking suppression operation this week, focused on reducing the demand for purchased sex. They say undercover detectives posed as individuals offering sex for money, and when the offenders arrived at a Gurnee area hotel and offered money for sexual acts, they were arrested and transported to the Lake County jail.
Oh, it was undercover sting for to get laid.
And then they show every
Brutal. Who are these guys? No ranks though.
person on this list, which I was like, gosh, it says Great Lakes, Gurnee Mills. If anybody knows,
All dudes too. If you look at it, it's just all dudes. Like, I mean, chicks don't do that stuff, but that just goes to show on like how I guess like desperate some of these guys are to get pussy.
anything that's in the Navy or you're another branch, I'll tell you the cultural historical relevance here. Great Lakes is near Chicago, Illinois. Gurnee Mills is a more centralized hub where a lot of service members will go to for the local mall and things like that in order to get off base and essentially spread their wings a little bit and look dumb as they try and break the rules, while recruit division commanders, drill instructor equivalents, other people like that essentially are able to see them do their stupid acts and they get called out on it. But
Respond!
He was the chief that I showed up at when I went to Great Lakes. He was the chief. He did not yell at me. I followed all my instructions. So follow your instructions if you're going to boot camp. That's probably the best advice I can give you.
Say something! Yes, Chief. No, Chief. Maybe, Chief. What is it?
But this is another level of what this is. And NCIS has gone on the record essentially saying, like, yeah, got you guys. And that's because on Facebook, they've said this. It says NCIS residency agency Great Lakes, in partnership with the Lake County Special Investigators Group and the Gurnee Police Department, arrested 29 individuals during a recent joint proactive undercover human trafficking operation. Subjects responded to advertising.
Undercover human trafficking. So that just confuses me because it sounds like a prostitution sting, but
for prostitution placed by law enforcement on websites suspected to be used to transact prostitution and make plans to meet for sex. Law enforcement arrested each of the subjects upon their arrival at the predetermined location. NCIS aggressively works to implement Pentagon and White House initiatives to prevent human trafficking by suppressing the demand for commercial sex acts. NCIS also maintains strong relationships with our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners to conduct operations targeting illicit activities that threaten the safety and readiness of Navy and Marine Corps warfighters. And it goes all these hashtags that are here. Now, what's crazier is from the photos here, you can see these people look like very junior service members. And it's a dead giveaway because this guy is still wearing his PT uniform, essentially. And the other guy just is in his uniform off base. And just,
man, how embarrassing is that? How embarrassing. Oof. I mean, these guys already graduated boot camp. So that is terrible. That's brutal.
And the other guy just is in his uniform off base in general, advocating for these acts where you're like, no one that's a seasoned vet in the military is going to wear those to be like, let me go meet up for my lady friend, pay her for the acts while I'm in these. I'm wondering how this all went down. There are a couple things that are against these individuals. Okay. Let's break it down, where the first one is every person in the military on a regular basis is required to complete human trafficking. And it's like, oh, like this type stuff or slavery, or you see weird things that are out there, like they are out there. Now, on top of that, these people are very new to the military, so they do not understand that they are under scrutiny around the immediate area that they're at.
Yeah, so those guys are they're in A school. So they must have just graduated boot camp, whatever like that, and they were allowed to go off base or something like that. I don't know why you go off base wearing uniform, especially your PT uniform. Like, I travel to work like this. You know, I wear jeans and a t-shirt. I hate driving my uniform.
Right. And that's because NCIS does set up investigations on a regular basis for people. This goes whether you are in garrison and you're not deployed, or could also be for when you show up to a port visit and you're deployed there. Like they're looking for this stuff because they are the insulation around trying to make sure young, dumb people aren't caught up in young, dumb acts. Okay. Now, obviously, NCIS has been involved in a lot of things. You guys think of the TV show, but that's the majority of the stuff that they do. And I'll tell you, sometimes it's for the better, right? I can tell you one time when I was deployed that this did happen, where I went to a hotel that was ordered, provided, everybody was forced to go in there. And I walked by somebody and they were like 50. And I was like, I'm 21 at this time. And I walked by, I'm like, doo-doo-doo, it's my little bags and stuff. And I was like, got up to the room, and my buddy Jake and I'm like, they just propositioned us. And there was a girl there that was there with like two guys. And I was like, what? I never had that happen in my life before.
Yeah, that's what cops do. Cops are allowed to like make stings kind of like that to try to trick men into like, sex acts and stuff like that. Like I mean, if you ever watch Cops, you've seen it where there's a girl walking on the street and then there's a dude that pulls over and he's like, oh, well, yeah, how much, blah, 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 blah. Like literally like how much for your vision kind of thing. But yeah, man, you got to be careful, especially when you're in uniform. Oh my God, especially when you're in uniform, you have to be super careful. That's why I don't like to travel in my uniform.
But overall, I can tell you NCIS got wind of that happening. And essentially, we were all forced to move hotels to another different location because of that. So this has been something I've been directly affected by. This is something that, like, you're thinking about doing something dumb, you could be directly affected by, especially as if these are common places that service members are going to go to. And Gurney Mills is obviously one of those places, and they will find their ways to tether themselves with local law enforcement, federal stuff like that.
I've never been to Gurney Mills, but I didn't have a long wait for while I was in boot camp. Like I lost my CAC, and I lost my CAC. I lost my CAC, and then while I was like right after I graduated, I lost my CAC, and I wasn't allowed to leave base without it. So I was stuck inside Great Lakes, and I remember I don't really remember that much. I remember like cleaning a lot and getting in my peanut butter uniform, and I remember going to PT or doing PT. That's really all I remember about like my time while I was in unaccompanied housing at boot camp. So
yeah, don't be freaking dumb. And people in the comments had their own comments. Don C. Keller Jr. says, if they lock up the military for buying kitty, they are going to need a bigger van. I will say there are plenty of stories you can find on the internet of people in Thailand and all these other places that are like doing crazy stuff in Phuket. Like that is a real thing. But at the same time, there are people that are getting caught for doing stuff like that. Dio Valentine says, boy, they must ain't ran an operation on deployment yet. Tay290, the producer, says, got to lock in with the city if you're in A school. You don't got to pay for it. Just connect with some people from Chicago. And I do have to commend these people for being like a little bit smart of like, you could easily use Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. Like a lot of these people are.
Yeah, but Nikki, dating apps suck, man. Like, I don't know how many matches NikkyMGTV gets, but dating apps suck. The girls on there are low quality, like they don't, unless if you're like the top six, like six-pack abs, six-figure income, 6 foot, that's the stuff that these guys say. Like this, see, this is another issue when it comes to like these people who aren't familiar with like the real dating world. Nikki, he has no idea. He's not unplugged. He's not like a red pilled or anything like that. Like, I'm in the community and I know about it, and it sucks for a lot of guys, but yeah. So
are within like 40 minutes to an hour of being within the city. It's currently checking my time here. It is the summer. It's not freezing cold in Chicago. So there's a lot of possibilities to link up. And that is way more common nowadays than like paying for this, which, by the way, if you're a junior service member, paying some astronomical price is probably not worth it. You have a better like.
I definitely agree. It's totally not worth it. Like, don't waste your money on some vag, like if you're gonna meet up with a girl, this is what you do. Get her phone number, and then you invite her out to a place and you pay, like you pay for everything. That's the way to stay in the frame of a girl. So stay in the frame of a girl and you pay for everything, and don't ask her to split the bill because that's just beta. So
likelihood to just find people online that will actually consent to this, believe it or not. And hotel rooms are probably cheaper than this, even the Uber and all that stuff. So I'm like, it's better for you. It's not illegal. You're not going to be arrested or taken off. And now they are going to face probably civilian charges on top of that, Uniform Code of Military Justice charges within the military as well, if the military wants to even prosecute. So
yeah, it sucks when you're in the military. You have two codes that you need to follow. You need to follow the state and federal, well, technically three, I guess, but you need to follow the state and federal laws. And then you also need to follow the military laws. You can get double fucked, really.
Sometimes they could just administratively separate and send them out in town and be like, they will take care of you. But I would say we are not the only ones with the situation in our hands and our lives at this moment. I'd love to hear your sea stories, war stories, whatever they are, of situations like this, because I'm telling you, this is not the first, nor will it be the last. But as always, leave those comments down below.
Yeah, I mean, that's never really happened to me. I make sure I don't get myself into situations like that where, where I would be jeopardized into putting myself in that situation. Like, I'm 38, I think I know better by now, like, not to take women and say, like, ask them if they want to have sex for money. It's just ridiculous. It's really stupid to do. It's a really stupid decision. I might have done some other dumb things in my life and probably within the last couple hours, but I mean, I'm not dumb, but some chiefs would probably disagree. Here's the next one. I got the next one. I got NikkyMGTV, and then I got one from Valhalla. I don't know. I kind of don't like him anymore, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's add this one to the stage, and then let's see this one. I think this one's going to be a good one. I haven't watched this one yet.
And Master Chief, and he walking up to me. Shit bait, shit bait, shit bait, shit bait. So I'm looking like, what the?
All right, what's wrong with this picture right now? What is wrong? She's got 1, 2, 3 nose rings in her nose. That's totally against UCMJ. It's totally against the code of wearing your military uniform. You could tell that she's a non-rate because she doesn't have any she's not a third or she's not a second. So yeah, she's definitely needs some discipline action. I don't know about her hair. I really don't know the regulations for hair, but whatever. I could just tell already this girl's going to be a problem. It's red flag, looking like a Chinese Communist Party right now, wearing this, having this bull nose ring, and 1 and 2, the girl likes to torture herself probably. So
I look back and he said, "You're not parking right there." I look at him like, "What you mean I ain't parking right there? But you gonna come at me reckless?" He said, "Shit, mate, you need to move your fucking car now. Move your fucking car now." The guy at Max, he come up to my fucking face and was like, "No, I told you need to go move your fucking car now." And when he said that, he pointed his motherfucking knife hand.
Oh, a chick got knife hand in
my fucking face.
What I found out from being a leader is you get a lot more with honey than you do with vinegar. That's definitely for sure.
It did to add insult to injury. The motherfucker called me a
veteran has essentially made it almost impossible to understand.
That's a no-go. You don't call junior sailors names and stuff like that. You keep it between your peers and stuff like that. If you have another person that's you are I guess supervising or the lead or whatever like that. You keep that between your friends. People who call them retard or something like that. There's a bunch of retards.
Understand them, but I think the story goes pretty deep and pretty crazy over a parking spot, which is why they were kicked out of the military.
Story time, part 1 of how I knew I was getting kicked out of the Navy, and I was on the fucking hike.
She wasn't kicked out because of her parking definitely not probably because of her attitude.
I was looking for parking. Anybody that done been on, be know that parking go motherfucking crazy. The parking spot that I found,
Parking does suck on the base that I'm at right now, so I can kind of have some empathy for her.
it was a right parking spot, but it was parked next by insert Master Chief. I'm bumping my music, like, is you mad? Because I'm getting cash at, the food truck right there. So I was like, a bad bitch hungry, like, I need to go give me something to eat. I locked my door, and the next thing I see a Master Chief, and he walking up to me. Shit bait, shit bait, shit bait, shit bait. So I'm looking like, what the? So I look back, and he said, you're not parking right there. I look at him like, what you mean I ain't parking right there? But you gonna come at me reckless? He said, shit, mate, you need to move your fucking car now. Move your fucking car now. You got that Master Chief come up to my fucking face.
What I've learned with leadership is it's all about approach, all about approach.
So it was like, no, I told you need to go move your fucking car now. And when he said that, he pointed his motherfucking knife hands in my motherfucking face. And then to add insult to injury, the motherfucker called me a bitch. So after he did that, I said, yeah, that car ain't moving no way.
Yeah.
And I looked.
That ain't cool. You can't call junior sailors bitches or names like that, Like, they're brand new to the Navy. You shouldn't call, especially females. Like, females, they're a different breed, They're all the same and they're all different, but it's like kind of like you got to kind of treat them the same.
I looked that motherfucker in his eyes and I told that motherfucker if we was on the streets, it would never happen like that. Ever. Because for one, you got rank on you. You a motherfucking Master Chief. I'm not disrespectful. I always tell anybody I'm gonna respect your rank just because you put in the motherfucking time. But respect me too. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if I did fucking five motherfucking months, bitch.
True. I mean, everybody deserves respect. Like I said before, it's all about approach.
I still did the same fucking shit that you motherfucking did. You feel me? And then just because you're white, you feel like you got some authority added on to that.
It's probably not because he feels like that he's white. Like, that is ridiculous. It is ridiculous to even think because of the color of his skin. It's probably because he's a Master Chief and he's probably been for like a good like a decade or more, right? Let's just say that he's a fleet rate and he is a Master Chief and he deserves that respect. He's a Master Chief. He's just he's the highest enlisted rank in the Navy, and it's not because of the color of his skin. That's just ridiculous.
It's like, fuck no, like, respect is a fucking respect is fucking earned. I'm in uniform, right? The crazy motherfucker gonna ask me what command am I on. So I looked at him confused. I said, you don't see my ball cap? It clearly says the Ike. CVN 69 at that. He was like, okay, smart ass. I said, he said, what's your rate? I said, I'm undesignated, but I'm with the aviation.
Oh, she's undez. So she's an undesignated airman, right? So being undez sucks. I definitely wouldn't recommend anybody being undez. I've never experienced it. I was very lucky that I dodged the bullet because I signed as undez. But I heard a lot of horror stories. I had a friend who was an airman undez, and he hated it, and he got out of the Navy because of it. And then he asked me for my name. I went like this. Mind you, like I said, my attitude is already on fucking 10 because at this point, like, I'm motherfucking heated. Bitch, I want to fight.
Is it a lawful order for a Master Chief to tell you to move your car?
Good question, Nikki.
I don't think it's unlawful. I don't think it's anything that would be egregious, but this person decides to go against all of that. Now, I understand parking on military bases, especially Navy, is very bad. And this is because they are so compact and tight that the biggest complaint on any shipyard where all the ships are lined up is parking, because it is egregious. And on top of that, how many different types of parking spots there are. This is for E7 and above. This is for officers. This is like, dude, it is insane how many different specialty spots there are.
Yeah, you got CO parking, you have Command Master Chief parking, you have, on my base, we have 07 and above parking, I think, or 06 and above parking, and GS parking. Like, there's just so many different types of parking spots. So that's why I just ride my motorcycle almost every day until, unless if it rains or if it's gonna rain, like definitely gonna rain, then I won't ride my motorcycle and I'll park like on the outside parking spot where I just have to walk a little bit just to get to my muster spot.
So I do understand the culture of this. It is ridiculous to start out with. Yeah, I can tell you there's ways to de-escalate situations. And I think that is one of the skills people learn in the military is how to de-escalate or to compartmentalize, which is why you go through boot camp. But the military bearing aspect of this or ability to handle things lower, I think is an issue right here. Just going to put that out there.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, the first thing I would have done if the Master Chief was yelling at me and telling me, hey, shipmate, the first thing I would do is stand at attention. That's the best thing you could do when you talk to somebody that's higher than you. Just stand at attention. And that's your way of showing respect to them because it's a military bearing type kind of thing where you show respect by standing at attention and you just listen.
Oh, the street comments. Nobody in the military is on the streets anymore. The hierarchy, the whatever attitudes that come and present these different things like you, when you join the military, are buying in that you're wearing the uniform, which, by the way, this person is out of the military almost a year now, I think, as of making this video, and is still wearing the uniform, I think, to trigger people or to get that level of credibility, if you will. But this is not the way to handle it. Now, the parking spot, I think we're missing context here. I really do, because to say there's nothing special about it, I don't think a Master Chief would, out of no reason, tell a junior service member to move their car just because they wanted to tell them to move their car.
Right. Yeah. There had to have been some sort of way. Maybe she was in the CO's parking spot, or maybe she was, in a spot for a Navy band, like whatever, like you should have just complied and follow orders,
There had to have been something. There was something like I let's just reverse engineer this. Insanity to me that you're like, oh, I'm providing disrespect and continuing this on. And now I'm going to sit here and be like, you suck, dude. I want to fight you. Like what? Dude, that's not, no one in the military is like, yeah, let's box this one out between an E3 and below and an E9. Never going to happen.
In first classes and all the goddamn chiefs and everybody motherfucking there. They talking about McKibben, you just don't fucking stop. So I'm looking at them like, huh? Then the one chief, his name was Chief Style. He came to me, he was like, come on, we got to go to Ready Room 2. We got to meet the goddamn Master Chief by goddamn 1045. Before I could even start talking, my goddamn chief, he started apologizing to the Master Chief. Was like, I'm so sorry on behalf of Air McKibben and V1 department. This is not how we operate. Woo-de-woo. I'm looking at this motherfucker like, oh, just shut the fuck up. So the Master Chief was trying to fill the goddamn chief in on like everything that was going on type shit, right? But when he was filling him in, he forgot to leave out the part where he called me a bitch and he put his hands in my goddamn face. If you gonna tell the story, tell the fucking story, right? So the Master Chief was like, based off your face, I can tell like you got something to say, like say what you got to say. So I was like, absolutely. I said, the way that you're trying to paint the narrative, that's not how it happened. I said, you and I, we both know that. I said, you sitting right here trying to lie for what? After I said that, that shit pissed my motherfucking chief off. He said, Emily Kim, shut the fuck up. So I looked back at him and I was like, okay, you telling me to shut the fuck up. This motherfucker done called me a bitch.
Yeah, I learned the hard way when it comes to like telling junior sailors to shut the fuck up or to talk to them like that. You shouldn't talk to them about that. That's showing clear disrespect to sailors, like to people in general, like you shouldn't tell people to shut the fuck up, and I learned that. I remember there was a guy who I was talking to, and I told him to shut the fuck up, and I had a first class. Actually, it was the first class who frocked me, and he told me, hey, man, you can't tell him to shut the fuck up. And I was like, well, why? And he told me why. It was because then if I ask him to do anything for me, he's not going to want to do it. I mean, he has to, right? Because I'm a higher rank than him, but he's not going to want to do it. He's going to put a bad taste in his mouth of me, so you don't ever want to disrespect people like that. And I wish that the military would kind of like stop doing that. And like especially higher leaders, like you know, you're mature enough to know like you shouldn't tell junior sales to shut the f up.
Bitch, and he done put his hands on my motherfucking face. I said, you know what? I don't gotta deal with this shit. So I walked the fuck out. The chief coming got down P-Way talking about something, keep it, come back. I said, come back so y'all can keep fucking belittling me, keep fucking degrading me. Like, no, bitch. And I told her I'm a mama before all this shit. Like, the disrespect is getting motherfucking crazy. Like, fuck no. I stand on 10 toes about what the fuck I did.
Yeah, that would piss any chief off when he went to bat for you to be like, let me present this in a little tiny cute bow.
Okay, now I kind of understand.
Of this is a situation, got a little crazy, parking lot, she's gonna move, it's fine. It could have been settled. But the fact that she's like, nope, let me just burn down the whole house and tell you guys how it is. And I'm going to make sure the sprinklers are on. So definitely there is no way this is ever going to happen. You're being disrespected, okay? But now you've done how many different iterations of disrespect that you've walked out on your chief and your master chief. Like, they weren't even the people that were actually in this thing. They are the ones that are supposed to try and advocate, which, by the way, the chief was trying to do for you and told you to shut up, and you're not listening. Like, read the room a little bit.
So after that, I come back in and, you know, like I'm fucking crying and stuff like that. And he was like, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit. So then the master chief told the chief,
you got to take those nose rings out.
He was like, you can go ahead and take her out. So me and the chief, we walking back to the goddamn flight deck control. And he like, you know you on the mask, right? The LPO had me sign his goddamn counseling check. Now, how the way they try to do it strictly based off of what the goddamn master chief said. But they try to put it as if it was them that was there. So when I was reading, I said, what the fuck is this? He was like, this is the counseling check. I said, how the fuck can y'all give a goddamn counseling check? Y'all won't even aid. The goddamn LPO told my son, this is what the master chief wanted. I was like, poo-poo. Bitch, I'm not signing it. So then the scene, she was like, you know, like, McKibby, the only thing you had to do was move your car. Like, you didn't have to get to.
Gave you a counseling chip because they had to annotate what had happened. Like, for the.
Right, yeah, because you made such a big scene and you flipped out over nothing. You know, there's two sides to every story, right? Maybe that master chief didn't knife hand her right away or whatever like that. Like, maybe he was just like, hey, shitmate, you know, maybe she's like emphasizing and going like to the extreme. In her brain, that's the way it's coming off. But maybe in the master chief's brain, it's kind of like, well, hey, you know, he's probably talking loud. He's probably far away from her and stuff like that. And, you know, so, but they documented it because they needed to document that, obviously, because like CYA, you know.
This process, you already knew you were going to mass, which I understand. You only have served like 2.5 years from watching these videos, but like there has to be some kind of paper trail to do that. It doesn't have to be that master chief that counseled you on all of this. Like, you literally could be reported that you were parked in the wrong spot by the base police if you were parked somewhere that you weren't allowed to, and that would route to your command that you had a parking ticket or a speeding ticket. And the command could write you a counseling chip based on the accused things that are there. Just because that's the case doesn't mean they have to be there.
But like I said, when I went into my goddamn DRB, the second I motherfucking stepped in there, you know, they tell you what to do and shit like that. The second I stepped in there, I didn't know it was two master chiefs in front of me. I didn't know who the fuck was who. Only thing I knew was I was supposed to be saluting the goddamn master chief. So I saluted the wrong motherfucking master chief. The CMC, he didn't like that, so he told me to get the fuck out. He told me goddamn left face. So like I said, I two-stepped my way out. What the fuck y'all gonna do? Like, just go ahead and do it, because at this point, it's like, you know, like, y'all playing with me. I'm in the motherfucking Birthing, and they calling over the Hydra, talking about something, air me keeping to the V1 office, air me keeping. I'll get to the goddamn V1 office. They telling me I need to go ahead and get dressed in my goddamn dress license.
What the heck is she saying? I can't even understand her.
So whatnot. So I'm in a female birthday. I tell my homegirl, you know, like, go ahead and write me up something, like, you know, like, fuck me, go ahead and write me up. I told her, when you write it, make it sound sincere, like, make it sound meaningful. You get what I'm saying? So she wrote me a goddamn little roses is red, violets is blue, like poem type shit. It was cute, but it didn't do the motherfucking job. I get the motherfucking SOI. The XO don't even want to hear what the fuck I gotta say.
Oh, so she went to XOI. So she probably went to what's it called, Chiefs, DRB, and then she went to XOI for this. She has a major discipline issue.
That shit lasted for probably like 2 minutes. That bitch told me I was wrong, and I disrespected the motherfucking Master Chief Petty Officer, and bitch, I'm going to motherfucking Captain Ass. Fast forward, we going to Captain Ass, right? All the goddamn chain of command in there. Goddamn CO, XO, goddamn CMC, all them bitches is in there type shit, and I'm fucking chaplain there for emotional support. But bitch, I'm a thug. The CO asked me, did I feel bad? Or did I regret my actions? I simply told him no. He asked me why. I told him because I'm a mother. But I did say that, you know, I did apologize for how he like perceived it. You get what I'm saying? But I don't feel bad for what I did because I meant what the fuck I said. Like, we was on the streets whenever it happened like that. So the CEO was like, you know, he don't think that my apology was like you know, like it was legit enough. You get what I'm saying? Legal was
definitely wasn't what the heck is that word called? Like considerate or sincere, you know, like she didn't really feel sorry at all. She didn't care. All she cared about was herself. That's a big issue.
Asked me if I wanted to take it up. You know, at the goddamn Captain Man, you could take it up to go see the goddamn Admiral. So I tell Legal, fuck yeah, I want to take it up. Like, no, like, how y'all doing me is dead ass wrong. You know what I'm saying? So Legal had me sign this paper basically stating that I wanted to take it up to the Admiral. But what they didn't tell me was the paper that I was signing was basically me surrendering all my fucking rights over it and basically saying, like, you know, like, I agree with everything that happened.
I didn't know that you can go up to go see the Admiral. Like, that is crazy to go see the Admiral. You're going to go escalate this thing even further? Like, that is crazy. I would never.
The fact that you wanted your homegirl to be the one to write the letter for you. Like, you already know, I've screwed everything up. I'm just going to ask someone else to help me out. I don't even have any buy-in to write my own sincere apology for my own career and job that is paying me, giving me benefits and all that stuff. You've just said, I'm done. Yet, like, honestly, watching this, as many of you guys probably are, this is not the first time. This is not. There's no way this has been a ongoing issue of some kind. There's been other disciplinary issues because I'm telling you, one parking lot fiasco is not what kicks service members out.
Facts. Like, you would have to have a list of things, or something has to be so egregious that you'd have to get kicked out. For instance, any type of drug use. If you get caught with drugs in your system, boom, you're out the door. So something like that. Or even if you get like arrested for DWI, like, you're not going to get kicked out. Unless if it's like really bad, like you killed somebody or something like that. You probably get kicked out for that.
This part of the story makes absolutely zero sense in a legal standpoint. You have 5 days to appeal anything from a captain's mass non-judicial punishment to take it to the first general or admiral equivalent, right? And so the fact that she says, oh, I signed over all my rights saying I was cool with everything. I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, that doesn't make sense that you said you want to take it to admiral, but then you signed that you didn't want to take it to admiral and you were okay with everything. Like, those two statements contradict each other because, trust me, if you were going to court martial, that would have been an issue. However, I have to tell this service member,
I have something to tell the service member too. She is a walking Chinese Communist Party. She is a walking red flag. Any guy who goes up to her and, you know, like, have your fun with her, but I would not be in a relationship with this girl. Absolutely not. And I would not want to be her LPO. That's definitely for sure.
Really probably not an issue because either way, the same thing was going to happen. If she said, I want to go to the admiral, awesome. They would have said, cool, we won't take you to court martial. That's fine. But what we will do is we will administratively separate you. Either way, they don't need a board to do it because you've been in under 6 years and you're still screwed. So the same thing happens no matter what.
So, you know, when you're in the process of getting out, you're supposed to get your checkout sheet and you also supposed to get your 10-day letter. Mind you, I didn't get any. Whole time, the division had already went down there to get everything. Mind you, I'm still not knowing that they did any of that. So Chief Soto, he had went to medical and the motherfucking and checked me out of everything by his motherfucking self. Mind you, before you get out, you're supposed to get your final medical screening and your final dental screening. So that's already straight one. I keep in mind.
Where's this girl's father? What's her father say about all this? I'm just curious about that. Because if that was my daughter,
My last official day in the Navy was August 25th, 2023. Although my DD-214 says August 18th, 2023. That's personnel. So at this point, I'm still coming to work, still kicking shit, you know, like the regular shit. So I get called on the hydro, air mid kid into the V1 office. I get there and they tell me that I need to go see legal. I go see legal. Legal hand me my goddamn 10-day letter. Finally, you need your 10-day letter in order to do anything with personnel. Keep in mind, he already didn't check me out of medical and dental. So though, I get the legal give me my 10-day letter, but it's not in my 10-day frame. It's actually 3 days before I'm about to get out. So I go back to the V1 office, you know, I let them know, you know, like I got my 10-day letter type. I'm asking them like, you know, what is it that I need to do? I was cool with my NC on the ship. So I started talking to the NC and she telling me how I need to do my test and how I need to do my cast on. But mind you, I only got 3 days before I'm motherfucking gone. So in all, I wasn't able to do my test. I wasn't able to do my cast on because I didn't have enough time. So at this point, I get pissed off again. I go to my training commander. I'm telling them, if y'all know
play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
All this stuff, why the fuck is y'all withholding this shit from me? Like, bitch, I'm about to get the fuck out. Like, the least you could do is point me in the fucking right direction and do my goddamn test. Like, I was really pissed about that shit. And now it's leaving me blindsided type shit, right? So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Bitch, I'm going home. I ain't dealing with this shit today, bitch.
What's really interesting about this is usually when there are legal issues and they know that you're pending separation, the time frame between when you got your captain's master, Uniform Code of Military Justice, non-judicial punishment, and that 10-day letter is not instantaneous. So, by the way, they do have a in-person version and they also have an online version, which you could have done very rapidly at your own time as well during this process.
Oh my goddamn dental. Now, on my final medical and dental checkout sheet is checked in the box that I already did my final one. Mind you, like I said, Sato already went down there and checked me out that shit. I didn't see my motherfucking teethuses. Medical didn't see my motherfucking body. Nobody fucking saw me killing. So the next day I come in, I approach all of them because bitch, y'all got me fucked up. I asked them, why the fuck would y'all take my shit and go check out? They told me that I was moving too slow. I told them I didn't give a fuck if I was a turtle. That's not your right to do. See, I'm showing him where the box is checked off at, stating that I did my final medical and dental screening. He's telling me that there's nothing that he could do because I went down there and I did it. I said, didn't I just tell you I did not fucking do that?
Said you were taking too long, and I doubt that was rushed because of that. And it sounds like your leadership was checking you out purposefully because you were not doing it. Like, I have to look at the other side of the coin. I'm like, I don't think they would have hindered you if you were like, oh, I'm doing this, getting everything done, because nobody wants to take time from them doing their job to then go do the job you're supposed to do, because by the way, them doing that doesn't do anything for them. They don't get promoted off of that. They don't look good because of that. If anything, it's more of a nuisance to those people having to do those steps for you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Nikki makes a point.
Granted, you are supposed to have a final physical and dental exam when you get out. However, it's not the end of the world if you don't. You still have a medical record. As long as you had no medical conditions that were limiting you from separating from the military, like had cancer or some other issue, you were going to be okay. Like, there was no issues that were going to happen, and you still seem fine right now.
Defense type shit. So I go back to legal and I ask them, why the fuck would y'all hold my goddamn 10-day letter? If y'all knew that I was getting the fuck out, why the fuck would...
Hopefully she didn't say it like that, you know? But with this chick, it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if she did say it like this.
Would y'all fucking do? Why not just give me my shit? Give me my shit. Run me my shit. I want my shit. And then I go into the goddamn equal equality. And I'm like, hey, yo, like, I want to file a report type shit. Lady just bullshit me at this point. She telling me, like, fill out the goddamn paperwork and, like, shit, handle everything. Mind you, this is the day before I'm about to get out now. So this is the 24th. Did that cool. To this day, still ain't heard shit.
Yeah, you're not going to hear anything because you're getting out of the military. Like, that is a process within the Navy. If you would like to do a process of equal opportunity and sue the federal government, you can do that. But it shows until the day that you are leaving, you are looking to cause problems for everybody by filing reports, taking too long to get your stuff done, like not getting things appropriately lined up for you to leave. I doubt that, and I'm sitting here as well saying, like, I'm sure that people are tracking that you should have been going to TAPS, going to these appointments, going to these things, because like I said, you have 6 months out to do all of your medical stuff.
Made me fill out motherfucking paperwork
And also, my goddamn last day, the shitheads gave me a motherfucking eval. And on my eval, they gave me ones for everything. Which I really...
Oof. Ones for everything. Significant problems. Let me see. Ones for everything. I'm pretty sure that's significant problems. Like, she's got an attitude issue. Let's see. Ones. Ones. Below standards. Yeah, so a one is terrible. You don't want to get ones on your evals. Below standards. So she didn't pass. She should have went through boot camp.
You weren't expecting nothing.
Or she should have got kicked out of boot camp, pretty much. She was lucky.
You know, too extravagant for them. Like it's typical V1 type shit. And I asked him, I said, what this eval gonna do? Bitch, in less than 24 hours, I'm about to be a civilian type shit. You feel?
She had out of 1 to 5, all 1, saying she was not good, not recommended for retention, not able to promote, and they were kicking her out. So for her to be like, why do I need this? And it's like to formally and legally say you suck and just give you this to be like, you were in trouble. You're getting processed out. Here you go. This is the end of it. So that way you are evaluated for the entire time that you were in the military.
So goddamn a week or 2 weeks go by. The shit about to get ready to go on goddamn deployment. I want to see my folks before they go. So I'm on the quarter day, like saluting my motherfucking civilian clothes, holding on my goddamn cat. That side I didn't have because at the time I didn't have, but I found the shit. The chief that was on watch was like, McKibben, you're not in no more. Like, you need to like surrender your goddamn cat. Cool. That was my way back down to goddamn personnel. Go back to personnel. Now she chew her all of a sudden when the goddamn fits my DD-214.
What I find funny about her going back to the ship for how much she hated all these people that were about this, she still continued to go back to be an issue, be a nuisance, say goodbye, but to then be like, oh, I got my cat card, still able to get on. And then on top of that, everyone's like, dude, you're out. You're coming back with this card. You need to get rid of that. Like, you need to go. Move on with your life. Then she goes down to the personnel office to fix things, and you're like, dude, you're out. Done. Move on. There's other processes that she has just been a nuisance the entire time. And by the way, during the letter that she sent to Joe Biden, the former president, she had essentially confirmed she was already in trouble and had a suspended issue of prior wrongdoing. So now we're kind of finally getting to that.
So she was already in trouble once before. So that like this is like was the second straw or the last straw. I was like, yo, you're crazy.
In this entire saga. So yeah, this is a convoluted story of a lot of mismatched things that are going on, a lot more questions than answers. And I feel like we are missing a lot of context that is with this entire episodic thing that's gone on of this person being kicked out for a parking space. But I want to leave this to you guys. What do you guys think about the situation down in the comments below?
Let's see what the comments say. Master Chief didn't end anyone's career. She ended her own career. True. We cannot let ratchet women in the military, please. Offended by everything, ashamed of nothing, entitled to everything. Sounds like this generation. She lacked military bearing, military anything. She's poor excuse of what honor, courage, and commitment stands for. So honor, courage, and commitment are the Navy's core values. Poor representative. Yeah, I mean, she said that she's a thug, you know, like Navy sailors, we're not thugs, you know, like, yeah, sure, we can be gangster at certain times and we're tough because, you know, we're sailors and we defend America, but you're not a thug and you're not like a gangster to your like higher ups and stuff like that. Like that's just bad form. Speaking English should be required in the DoD. That's funny. Yeah, because at that point I couldn't even understand what she said. But let me share the, I guess I call it the
when it's time to fuel up.
And pay some bills while I get this one set up. Let's hear from Fat Chief.
Don't cut corners. This is Guns Powder, 100% whey isolate chocolate flavor protein that hits just right. You can mix it with water. I like to mix it with Fairlife milk. It mixes smooth, it tastes like a milkshake, and yeah, it actually keeps me full. It's got 25 grams of pure, fast digesting protein. No added sugar, no fillers, just results. There's also 0 artificial flavors, just clean fuel your body actually uses. So whether I'm lifting, on the go, or just staying consistent, this is part of my routine now. If you're serious about clean protein with great flavor, Guns Powder is where it's at. Hit the link in the description, check it out, grab your Guns Powder today.
Oh shit. At the stage. Get your Guns Powder, baby. Tastes great. I like chocolate a little bit better than I like vanilla, but they both taste just as good, and they're really good for you. They have all the amino acids that you need to build lean muscle, and they're low in calorie, low in fat, low in sugar, and they taste great. So if you haven't gotten any of your Guns Powder yet, click on one of my links and you can be able to go to my Shopify store. I have other products too. I have like a fat burner. I have male testosterone burner, male enhancement, and that's really it for right now. Eventually, I'm going to get more. I'm looking to get some creatine or maybe even some peptides or something like that. But we'll see what happens. And let's just go to the next video. Yeah, here we go. This is from Valhalla. He's got this fake alpha male thing, and kind of wanted to bring it up a little bit because a lot of military members don't really understand the, I guess, red pill community and stuff like that. So I wanted to watch this and I wanted to react to it.
My name is Nate. I'm a retired Green Beret. For those of you not privy to the military, that means Army Special Forces. And what are we here to do on this new channel? Well, primarily just talk shit.
Okay, this is his new channel. Okay, I'm not subscribed to it. I'm probably not
about all the ridiculous stuff that's going on in our society. And I figured, what better way to start than take a deep look at the fake alpha male culture.
Never been scared of anything.
Yeah.
As a child, I was literally diagnosed as somebody that's fearless.
Sure, yes, I'm sure all of you are privy to this.
I don't know who that guy is, so
it's all over social media. I've kind of identified 5 fake alpha male archetypes that we're going to talk about this. Now, you might be wondering, Nate, what qualifies you to talk about who's alpha and who's not? Well, first of all, I think anyone who identifies themselves as an alpha male automatically isn't, and I think the term is stupid in general.
Well, the term goes to alpha and beta, meaning like the alpha, I guess, gorilla, or like in a tribe of men and a tribe. So like there's that one guy or there's other guys in the tribe that are alpha, and then there are the betas, which are the ones that follow, right? Or the ones that are lesser than. And then if you read Rollo Tomasi's book, then you would understand the alpha and beta, because when it comes to inner dynamic relationships between a man and a woman is striving for the alpha. They want the alpha guy. They want the guy that is like I said before in one of my other videos, or just during this live stream, they want the 6-pack abs, 6 foot tall. They want the 6-figure income, you know, like they want the guy to be the provider and all that stuff. So first off the bat, Nate's got it wrong. So
okay,
he's extremely beta by pretending to be alpha. The loudest man in the room is often the one who's the most insecure.
So for me, and
I'm gonna have to agree with that too. But I like that creator. I forgot his name, but he's a bodybuilder. Sometimes I've watched some of his videos.
The way I look at things, I'm somebody who believes in traditional masculinity with a touch of, let's say, Marcus Aurelius stoicism, maybe a little bit of Viking bravery mixed in. Okay, I believe in living life in acts of service, protecting, providing.
What were Vikings? Vikings were alphas. What did the Vikings do? The Vikings fought the other tribes and slept with the women and impregnated the women that weren't killed.
For your family, those around you. That is what makes a true alpha male in the traditional sense of the word. But there's a lot of different archetypes of fake alpha males who want you to believe their way is what makes the true alpha. And that's what we're going to talk about today in today's video. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel. We're trying to build this new channel out. All right. Let's jump into it and go down the list. All right. So starting off, number one.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about because he's never read Rollo Tomasi's book.
The Bugatti billionaire. Yes, we all know him.
You're broke. You're poor.
Yes, we all know the big players.
Look, I know a lot of people don't like Andrew Tate, but I do like to follow him and watch some of his stuff. Some of his stuff's pretty funny that he actually talks about. But another thing is where I like Andrew Tate is he had this one reel that I watched a lot, and he was trying to motivate men to keep going and work hard and work harder at something, right? And he describes a rocket going up into the atmosphere, and he's like, the rocket in the atmosphere, it goes, it keeps on going, it doesn't stop, you know, like, so like that was just his way to try to influence men to keep going and work harder. Like, I don't find anything wrong with that. Like, what is so wrong about Tate?
In the space here, you've got the GOAT, Andrew Tate himself, of course, Dan Blazarian. You've got this guy whose shorts are too small, who wants you to think he's a billionaire, but really he rides an economy on an airplane.
Go look at your paycheck. It's not at least 100 grand a month. You got work to do.
I don't know anything about those other two guys really that much, but that guy's right. You know, like, you can make money on the internet. So, I mean, I don't have 100 grand paychecks, so I guess I have some work to do, which I'm doing right now.
Now, typically, the Bugatti billionaire wants you to think the only way that you can be an alpha male is if you pay OnlyFans models and prostitutes to come hang with you on your yacht. Now, the thing that the Bugatti billionaire...
So how does this guy know that these guys actually pay these girls to show up and do all that stuff? Like, how does he know? You know, like, this guy's a Green Beret. He has no idea like anything about this, and he's married. He probably lets his wife like bang other dudes. Maybe not. I don't know. But, you know, what does this guy know? This guy doesn't know anything.
Always seems to forget is that typically they forget their past. And just like sort of the new king of the Bugatti billionaires, Jeff Bezos, it doesn't really matter how much TRT you blast into your system or how much plastic you stuff into your wife. You're always deep down going to be a fucking nerd. So no, what essentially constitutes as being just a sugar daddy does not make you an alpha male, unfortunately, for the Bugatti billionaire.
If you are getting $100,000 in a paycheck once a month, if you're making 100 grand a month, you're an alpha.
And that brings us to number two. Number two is going to be the fake tough guy. And who is the GOAT of the fake tough guy space? Of course, Wes Watson. A lot of time there's prison.
This guy's a jerk. I've seen some of his videos. This guy's a big jerk.
Culture involved in this for some reason. Also religion, which can be kind of odd.
Descendant of King Solomon. I named myself king once I found that out. And then I grew my beard and I realized I have his wisdom.
But yes, again, and what seems to be a common thing, the fake tough guy typically is around 5'7", 5'8", pretending that they're 6 feet tall like Wes Watson does. And they want you to know that they're tough in not the traditional sense of, you know, actual trained fighters, but they're street fighters.
I don't do what they do. I never thought MMA was so cool because I've fought my whole life and I never had to prove that I could fight because I always could.
Right. They've been out on the street, even though Wes Watson rolls around with private security because he's terrified of being confronted by anyone his size that can actually fight. But yes, the fake tough guy also loves to get in online conflicts with other fake tough guys like these two weirdos.
I want to show you how it feels like when I'm in a room with you. I don't make them scared of me.
You are the last man that I fear.
Who, one of which I'm pretty sure is about 5'7", says super weird stuff about walking into rooms and everyone notices him.
Place you see me. Yeah. You feel the energy. I walk in with power. Yeah. I walk in, my chest is held high, my
Same.
back is straight, my handshake is very powerful. Why? Because I come in with a lot of force, a lot of energy through the earth.
In reality, someone my size wouldn't even be able to see you. And then this guy who's always flexing with his shirt off when he really just looks like a Jim and Dean sausage stuffed into a plastic straw. Very, very odd. No, none of these guys are actually tough. And no, none of them are actual.
I'm going to agree with Nate on some other stuff, something like that. If you never served in the military, you're not tough. That's all I'm going to say. If you didn't serve, you didn't fight, you didn't go to war. I mean, I've never gone to war. I'm not calling myself tough, but these guys, I don't think any of those guys served. Nate served. Nate's tough. He earned his stripes to be tough. He went to Afghanistan. So I'm going to give where credit is credit's due.
Alpha males. Now, that's going to bring us to number 3. Now, this is going to be my favorite because it comes from my community, which is the fake war hero tough guy. Yes, I'm sure you guys know these personas. Plenty of them in our space, typically a Navy SEAL or just Tim Kennedy. And what they want you to know is they're the...
All right. I just think that he's just like a hater or something like that. Like hate comes from beneath. And I learned that from Rich Cooper. Like anybody that's like hating on you comes from beneath. And what this guy is broadcasting is that everybody that he is like criticizing and anybody that is like he's hating on, I guess, is below him. Like hate comes from beneath. But
real life.
To be honest, I really have to go. So, and nobody's watching. So, but that's okay. All right, guys, get yourself some guns powder and peace out. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Make smart decisions. Peace.